the other half. Blue on the walls, blue on the ceiling. The window pours a night straight in. A room with no fires, one color. Evening with the volume low. I kneel and coax the first flame upward. The first fire since you left. Orange climbs into the blue, and the mixing starts mid-air. The wall was blue for weeks, on fire, and it remembers violence. Some colors take two kinds of light. Ours never were with one. Blue and ember, blue and ember. The wall is warming up to it. You always called this violet. I argued for purple for a year. You said purple is a crayon word. Violet is what evenings do. Tonight I say it your way. The wall agrees with you. Whatever name it answers to, it only shows up for two. Weeks of blue were honest. The night kept me company, but a room can wait inside one color. Tonight it speaks in two. The wall was blue for weeks, on fire, and it remembers violence. Some colors take two kinds of light. Ours never were with one. The train is somewhere east of here. The wall is already yours.
Your train arrives at 1:10. The kettle knows the schedule. Oh, yeah. If the water boils at one exactly, it will be lukewarm when you land. So I do the arithmetic backwards, from your platform to my stove. 15 minutes for the taxi, 4 for the flight of stairs. Tisha meet you at the door, still too hot to hold. I keep timing the kettle to your train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. Love looks a lot like logistics when it gets this close to the door. On again, off again. The stove keeps up with my nerves. The first boil was pure impatience. You had barely left the station. The second was a rounding error. I trusted the wrong timetable. The kettle gives me a look this time. We both know it is not about tea. Third time I hold my hand steady and wait for the city to hand you over. Nobody needs this much precision. A minute later still warm, but waiting was a job to do, and the kettle had an opening. I keep timing the kettle to your train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. looks a lot like logistics. When it gets this close to the door, steam at the window, wheels at the station. The math works out tonight.
For the new fire, an old one still lying in the grave. One slow breath before I touch it. There's ashes from your last night here. We let it die politely. Neither one would say the word. 5 weeks he kept his powder gray. The fireplace as you left it. A break can be a keepsake right up until it is needed. The gray still holds our last night. I clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome on top of an old goodbye. Gray to the bucket, wood to the iron. The season changes hands. The shovel sounds like an apology. Soft scrapes in an empty room. I save one pale flake on the shelf. The rest goes out the back. New locks settle on the clean gray. The chimney clears its throat. The room smells of cold and cedar. Ready is a kind of empty. You would laugh at the flake I rescued. One great petal on a white dish. But Indies deserve a witness, even on the eve of a star. The grate still holds our last night. I clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome on top of an old goodbye. The old fire leaves in a bucket. The new one waits in the wood.
The window hands me one color. The fire hands me another. Oh, yeah. Where does the blue stop being blue? I walk the wall to find it. Cold night pouring through the glass. Warm orange leaning from the grate. Somewhere between them on the plaster, there is a line that is neither. We used to hunt it with our fingers. You swore it moved when washed. Somewhere on the wall, the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on. It is a place two lights agree. Not blue, not amber. Something only both can make. Yeah. marked it once with a pencil, a faint line on the paint. By the time you step back proudly, the violet had moved along. We agreed to stop surveying and let the border keep itself. Some things are only places while nobody writes them down. Tonight the seam is wide as a doorway, the mixing generous and slow. A walk and read a lesson, two lights in either wind. Somewhere on the wall, the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on, it is a place two lights agree. When you get here, stand beside me. We will lose the line again.
Half past midnight, 40 minutes. The fire has one more job. Past 12, I fetch your house clothes, the soft gray ones you live in. 5 weeks folded in the dark, they have forgotten what warm is. I hang them on a chair by the fire, turn to face the heat. Cloth takes patience like a lesson. Heat moves in slow and even. Your house clothes face the fire, warm through and waiting like me. You will come home to something ready. The clothes stops at the door. Twice. The sleeves are learning fire. I flip them at the half hour, even heat on either side. The room smells faintly of warm cotton, laundry dried under a midnight sun. If you are late, they will be perfect. If you are early, even better. The clothes are finished waiting, they lounge there without you. There is a science to the timing, and I have felt it twice tonight. Too warm is just as honest, it measures how long you were missed. Your house clothes face the fire, warm through and waiting like me. You will come home to something ready. The cold stops at the door. Headlights swing across the ceiling. The gray sleeves hold their heat.
Every pair of shoes in the hallway, auditions for your part. You have a way of walking, a little lighter on the left. My ears learned it years ago, they never took it off the list. 5 weeks of other footsteps, the list stayed open anyway. The elevator hums its gases, the hallway passes them on. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The fourth time I rise more slowly, but standing is the whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Not you, not you. And then some minutes soon you. The neighbor with the heavy heels, the kid who takes the stairs in twos, each one lifting me an inch before the rhythm gave them away. I sit back down with my dignity. The fire pretends it did not see, and it can't be defaulted and still be wrong 3 times. If I stop rising for the false ones, I would call that giving up. Hope with a hair trigger is still the kind I keep. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The 4th time I rise more slowly, but standing is the whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Somewhere down the block or walk, I know, a little lighter on the left. Building homes with almost. The last minute stretch is long. The elevator lands on my floor.
The doors side themselves open.
Footsteps take the hallway slowly.
The fire drops to its lowest glow.
The wall wears its deepest violet.
Everything rehearses being still.
Weeks shrink into one corridor.
The corridor into steps.
The violet runs
Deepest just before the key.
the last minute of missing you.
I have hated this color for weeks,
And I will miss it in 10 seconds.
Metal finds the lock.
The night holds its last note.
Keys tell their little stories.
Yours jingles twice, then settles.
The teeth feel for the tumblers.
My chair lets go of me.
5 weeks stand up all at once. The handle starts to turn.
Some doors take a lifetime. This one takes a breath.
Waiting has a final second. So does missing. So does blue.
I spend it standing in the hallway light.
Wealthy with almost.
The violet runs deepest
Just before the key.
the last minute of missing you.
I have hated this color for weeks,
And I will miss it in 10 seconds.
The lock gives its small agreement.
The door swings warm and wide.
And missing runs out of minutes.
and takes the room apart gently.
Color by name.
Morning slides in through the window and starts to sort the light. The blue goes back to the sky.
The red sinks into the coast.
The violet thins on the plaster.
Polite about his leaving.
You sleep through the dismantling.
Your suitcase by the door. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky.
The color comes apart by
daylight. The recipe stays with us.
Two lights, one shade.
Yeah.
We keep the mixing right. Last night, the wall wore our color. Tonight, it will wear it again.
No argument left about naming. Call it purple, call it yours. Any word works in the morning for a thing that came back home.
The kettle rests, the gray is warm.
The hallway holds no almost.
Colors are loyal to their sources.
They go home at first light.
What stays is how to make them.
One window and one fire.
Morning gives the red
to the fire and gives the blue to the sky.
The color comes apart by
daylight. The recipe stays with us.
Goodnight, we know the recipe.
The room has been blue for weeks now. Tonight, I light the other half. Blue on the walls, blue on the ceiling. The window pours a night straight in. A room with no fire is one color. Evening with the volume low, and the end coax the first flame upward. First fire since you left. Orange climbs into the blue, and the mixing starts mid-air. The wall was blue for weeks. On fire, and it remembers violet. Some colors take two kinds of light. Ours never worked with one. Blue and ember, blue and ember. The wall is warming up to it. You always called this violet. I argue for purple for a year. You said purple is a crayon word. Violet is what evenings do. Tonight I say it your way. The wall agrees with you. Whatever name it answers to. It only shows up for 2 weeks of blue were honest. The night kept me company, but a room can wait inside one color.
1:10. The kettle knows the schedule. If the water boils at 1 exactly, it will be lukewarm when you land. So I do the arithmetic backwards, from your platform to my stove. 15 minutes for the taxi, 4 for the flight of stairs. Tisha meets you at the door, still too hot to hold. I keep timing the cattle tea train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. Love looks a lot like logistics when it gets this close to the door. On again, off again. The stove keeps up with my nerves. The first boil was pure impatience. You had barely left the station. The second was a rounding error. I trusted the wrong timetable. The kettle gives me a look this time. We both know it is not about tea. Third time I hold my hand steady and wait for the city to hand you over. Nobody needs this much precision. A minute later still warm, but waiting was a job to do, and the kettle had an opening. I keep timing the kettle to your train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. Love looks a lot like logistics when it gets this close to the door. Steam at the window, wheels at the station. The math works out tonight.
For the new fire, an old one still lying in the grave. One slow breath before I touch it. This ashes from your last night here. We let it die politely. Neither one would say the word. 5 weeks he kept his powder gray. The fireplace as you left it. A gray can be a keepsake, right up until it is needed. The gray still holds our last night. I clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome on top of an old goodbye. Gray to the bucket, wood to the iron. The season changes hands. The shovel sounds like an apology. Soft scrapes in an empty room. I say one pale flake on the shelf. The rest goes out the back. New logs settle on the clean grate. The chimney clears its throat. The room smells of coal and cedar. Ready is a kind of empty. You will laugh at the flake I rescued. One gray petal on a white dish, but ends deserve a witness, even on the eve of a star. The gray still holds our last night. I clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome on top of an old goodbye. The old fire leaves in a bucket. The new one waits in the wood.
one color, fire hands me another. Where does the blue stop being blue? I walk the wall to find it. Cold night pouring through the glass, warm orange leaning from the grate. Somewhere between them on the plaster, there is a line that is neither. We used to hunt it with our fingers. You swore it moved when why. Somewhere on the wall, the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on. It is a place two lights agree. Not blue, not amber, something only both can make. Yeah, you marked it once with a pencil, a faint line on the pane. By the time you step back proudly, the violet had moved along. We agreed to stop surveying and let the border keep itself. Some things are only places. Why nobody writes them down? Tonight the seam is wide as a doorway, the mixing generous and slow. A wall can be a lesson, two lights in either wind. Somewhere on the wall, the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on. It is a place two lights agree. When you get here, stand beside me. We will lose the line again.
Midnight, 40 minutes. The fire has one more job. Past 12, I fed your house clothes, the soft gray ones you live in. 5 weeks folded in the dark. They have forgotten what warm is. Hang them on the chair by the fire. Turn to face the heat. Cloth takes patience like a lesson. Heat moves in slow, and even your house clothes face the fire. Warm through and waiting like me. You will come home to something ready. Stops at the door. Turn once more. Turn once more. Warm twice. The sleeves are burning fire. I flipped them at the half hour. Even heat on either side. The room smells faintly of warm cotton. Laundry dried under a midnight sun. If you are late, they will be perfect. If you are early, even better. The clothes are finished waiting. They lounge there without you. There is a science to the timing, and I have failed it twice tonight. Too warm is just this honest. It measures how long you were meant. Your house clothes
Every pair of shoes in the hallway, auditions for your part. You have a way of walking a little lighter on the left. My ears learned it years ago. They never took it off the list. 5 weeks of other footsteps, and the list stayed open anyway. The elevator hums its guesses, the hallway passes them on. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The 4th time I rise more slowly, but standing is the whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Not you, not you, not you. And in some minutes soon you. The neighbor with the heavy heels, the kid who takes the stairs in twos, each one lifting me an inch before the rhythm gave them away. I sit back down with my dignity. The fire pretends it did not see, and it can be devoted and still be wrong. 3 times. If I stop rising for the false ones, I would call that giving up. Hope with a head trigger is still the kind I keep. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The 4th time I rise more slowly, but standing is the whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Somewhere down the block, a walk I know, a little lighter on the left.
The building hums with almost. The last minute stretches long.
The elevator lands on my floor. The doors sigh themselves open. Footsteps take the hallway slowly. The fire drops to its lowest glow. The wall wears its deepest violet. Everything rehearses being still.
We shrink into the one corridor, the corridor into steps.
The violet runs deep, it's just before the key.
The last minute I'm missing you. I have hated this color for weeks, and I will miss it in 10 seconds.
Metal finds the lock. The night
holds its last note.
yeah. Keys tell their little stories. Yours jingles twice and settles. The teeth fill for the tumblers.
My chair lets go of me.
5 weeks, stand up all at once. The handle starts to turn.
Some doors take a lifetime.
This one takes a breath.
Waiting has a final second.
So does missing.
So does missing, so does blue.
I spend it standing in the hallway light,
Wealthy with almost. The violet runs deep, it's just before the key. The last minute I'm
There's this small agreement. The door swings warm and wide.
Missing runs out of minutes. Morning takes the room apart gently, color by name. Morning slides in through the window and starts to sort the light. The blue goes back to the sky. The red sinks into the coast. The violet thins on the plaster, polite about us leaving. You sleep through the dismantling your suitcase by the door. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us. Two lights, one shade. We keep the mixing rice. Last night the wall wore a color. Tonight it will wear it again. No argument left about naming. Call it purple, call it yours. Any word works in the morning for a thing that came back home. The kettle rests, the grate is warm. The hallway holds no almost. Colors are loyal to their sources. They go home at first light. What stays is how to make them one window and one fire. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us. Violet night mood. The wall goes plain. Good night, we know the recipe. The room has been blue for weeks now. Tonight I light the other half. Blue on the walls, blue on the ceiling. The window pours the night straight in. The room with no fires, one color. Evening with the volume low. I kneel and coax the first flame upward. The first fire since you left. Orange climbs into the blue, and the mixing starts mid-air. The wall was blue for weeks. One fire and it remembers violet. Some colors take two kinds of light. Ours never worked with one. Blue and amber. Blue and amber. The wall is warming up to it. You always call this violet. I argued for purple for a year. You said purple is a crayon word. Violet is what evenings do. Tonight I say it your way. The wall agrees with you. Whatever name it answers to, it only shows up for 2 weeks of blue were honest. The night kept me company, but
your train arrives at 1:10. The kettle knows the schedule. If the water boils at 1 exactly, it will be lukewarm when you land. So I do the arithmetic backwards, from your platform to my stove. 15 minutes for the taxi, 4 for the flight of stairs. T-shirt meet you at the door, still too hot to hold. I keep timing the kettle to your train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. Love looks a lot like logistics when it gets this close to the door. On again, off again. Stove keeps up with my nerves. The first boil was pure impatience. You had barely left the station. The second was a rounding error. I trusted the wrong timetable. The kettle gives me a look this time. We both know it is not about tea. Third time I hold my hand steady and wait for the city to hand you over. Nobody needs as much precision. A minute later still warm, but waiting wants a job to do. And the kettle had an opening. Oh, I keep timing the kettle to your train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. Love looks a lot like logistics when it gets this close to the door. Steam at the window, wheels at the station. The math works out tonight.
For the new fire and hold on, still lying in the grave. Yeah. One slow breath before I touch it. There's ashes from your last night here. We let it die politely. Neither one would say the word. 5 weeks it kept its powder brave. The fireplace as you left it. A grave can be a keepsake, right up until it is needed. The grave still holds our last night. Clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome. On top of an old goodbye. Great to the bucket, wood to the iron. The season changes hands. The shovel sounds like an apology. Soft scrapes in an empty room. I save one pale flake on the shelf. The rest goes out the back. New logs settle on a clean grate. The chimney clears its throat. The room smells of cold and cedar. Ready is a kind of empty. You will laugh at the flake I rescued. One great petal on a white dish, but endings deserve a witness. Even on the eve of a star, great still holds our last night. I clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome. On top of an old goodbye. The old fire
fire hands me another. Where does the blue stop being blue? I walk the door to find it. Cold night pouring through the glass. Warm orange leaning from the grate. Somewhere between them on the plaster, there is a line that is neither. We used to hunt it with our fingers. You swore it moved when watched. Somewhere on the wall the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on. It is a place two lights agree. Not blue, not ember, something only both can make. You marked it once with a pencil, a faint line on the paint. By the time you stepped back proudly, the violet had moved along. We agreed to stop surveying and let the border keep itself. Some things are only places while nobody writes them down. Tonight the seam is wide as a doorway, the mixing generous and slow. Walk can be a lesson, two lights in either wind. Somewhere on the wall the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on. It is a place two lights agree. When you get here, stand beside me. We will lose the line again.
Midnight, 40 minutes. The fire has one more job. Past 12, I fetch your house clothes, the soft gray ones you lived in. 5 weeks folded in the dark, they have forgotten what warm is. I hang them on the chair by the fire, turn to face the heat. Cloth takes patience like a lesson. Heat moves in slow and even. Your house clothes face the fire. Warm through and waiting like me. You would come home to something ready. The cold stops at the door. Turn once, warm twice. The sleeves are learning fire. I flip them at the half hour, even heat on either side. The room smells faintly of warm cotton, laundry dried under a midnight sun. If you are late, they will be perfect. If you are early, even better. The clothes have finished waiting, they lounge there without you. There is a science to the timing, and I have failed it twice tonight. Too warm is just as honest, it measures how long you were missed. Your house clothes face the fire. waiting like me. You will come home to something ready. The cold stops at the door. Headlights swing across the ceiling. The gray sleeves hold their heat.
Every pair of shoes in the hallway, auditions for your part. You have a way of walking, a little lighter on the left. My ears learned it years ago. They never took it off the list. 5 weeks of other footsteps and the list stayed open anyway. The elevator hums its guesses, the hallway passes them on. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The 4th time I rise more slowly. But standing is the whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Not you, not you. And then some minute soon you. The neighbor with the heavy heels, the kid who takes the stairs and tools. Each one lifted me an inch before the rhythm gave them away. I sit back down with my dignity. The fire pretends it did not see, and it can be devoted and still be wrong 3 times. If I stop rising for the falls once, I would call that giving up. Hope with a hair trigger, it's still the kind I keep. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The 4th time I rise more slowly. But standing is the whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Somewhere down the block, a walk I know, a little lighter on the left.
The building hums with almost. The last minute stretches long.
The elevator lands on my floor. The doors slide themselves open. Footsteps take the hallway slowly. The fire drops to its lowest glow. The wall wears its deepest violet. Everything rehearses being still.
We shrink into one corridor, the corridor into steps. The violet runs deepest just before the key. The last minute of missing you.
I have hated this color for weeks,
And I will miss it in 10 seconds.
metal finds the light.
The night holds its last note.
Keys tell their little stories. Yours jingles twice, then settles. The teeth feel for the tumblers. My chair lets go of me. 5 weeks stand up all at once. The handle starts to turn.
take a lifetime.
This one takes a breath. Waiting has a final second.
So does missing, so does blue.
I spend it standing in the hallway like
wealthy with almost. The violet runs deep, it's just before the key. The last minute I'm missing you.
I have hated this color for weeks,
and I will miss it in 10 seconds. The lock gives it small agreement. The door swings warm and wide,
and missing runs out of minutes.
Morning takes the room apart gently, color by name. Morning slides in through the window and starts to sort the light. The blue goes back to the sky. The red sinks into the coast. The violet dance on the plaster, polite about its leaving. You sleep through the dismantling, your suitcase by the door. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us. Two lights, one shade. We keep the mixing right. Last night the wall wore our color. Tonight it will wear it again. No argument left about naming. Call it purple, call it yours. Any word works in the morning for a thing that came back home. The kettle rests, the grate is warm. The hallway holds no almost. Colors are loyal to their sources. They go home at first light. What stays is how to make them one window and one fire. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us. Violet night. The wall goes plain. Good night. We know the recipe. The room has been blue for weeks now. Tonight I light the other half. Blue on the walls, blue on the ceiling. The window pours a night straight in. A room with no fire is one color. Evening with the volume low, I kneeling coast the first flame upward. The first fire since you left. Orange climbs into the blue, and the mixing starts mid-air. The wall was blue for weeks. One fire, and it remembers violet. Some colors take two kinds of light. Ours never work with one. Blue and amber, blue and amber. The wall is warming up to it. You always call this violet. I argued for purple for a year. You said purple is a crayon word. Violet is what evenings do. Tonight I say it your way. The wall agrees with you. Whatever name it answers to, it only shows up for two. Weeks of blue are honest. The night kept me company, but a room can wait inside one color. Tonight it speaks in two. The wall was blue for weeks. One fire, and it remembers violet. Some colors take two kinds of light. Ours never work with one. The train is somewhere east of here. The wall is already yours.
Your train arrives at 1:10. The kettle knows the schedule. If the water boils at 1 exactly, it will be lukewarm when you land. So I do the arithmetic backwards, from your platform to my stove. 15 minutes for the taxi, 4 for the flight upstairs. T should meet you at the door, still too high to hold. I keep timing the kettle to your train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. Love looks a lot like logistics when it gets this close to the door. On again, off again. Stove keeps up with my nerves. The first boil was pure impatience. You had barely left the station. The second was a rounding error. I trusted the wrong timetable. The kettle gives me a look this time. We both know it is not about team. Third time I hold my hand steady and wait for the city to hand you over. Nobody needs this much precision. A minute later still warm, but waiting wants a job to do. And the kettle had an opening. I keep timing the kettle to your train. The water has boiled twice for nothing. Love looks a lot like logistics when it gets this close to the door. Steam at the window, wheels at the station. The math works out tonight.
For the new fire, the gray. One slow breath before I touch it. This ashes from your last night here. We let it die politely. Neither one would say the word. 5 weeks it kept its powder gray. The fireplace as you left it. A gray can be a keepsake, right up until it is needed. The gray still holds our last night. I clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome on top of an old goodbye. Gray to the bucket, wood to the iron. The season changes hands. The shovel sounds like an apology. Soft scrapes in an empty room. I say one pale flake on the shelf. The rest goes out the back. New logs settle on a clean grate. The chimney clears its throat. The room smells of cold and cedar. Ready is a kind of empty. You will laugh at the flake I rescued. One gray petal on a white dish. But endings deserve a witness. Even on the eve of a star, the gray still holds our last night. I clear it out to light the next. You cannot burn tonight's welcome on top of an old goodbye. The old fire leaves in the bucket. The new one waits in the wood.
The window hands me one cutter. The fire hands me another. Where does the blue stop being blue? I walk the wall to find it. Cold night pouring through the glass. Warm orange leaning from the gray. Somewhere between them on the plaster. There is a line that is neither. We used to hunt it with our fingers. You swore it moved when watched. Somewhere on the wall the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on. It is a place two lights agree. Not blue, not amber. Something only both can make. You marked it once with a pencil. A faint line on the paint. By the time you step back proudly, the violet had moved along. We agreed to stop surveying and let the border keep itself. Some things are only places or nobody writes them down. Tonight the seam is wide as a doorway. The mixing generous and slow. A walk can be a lesson. Two lights in either wind. Somewhere on the wall the blue meets fire. The seam is where the violet lives. It is not a line you stand on. It is a place two lights agree.
40 minutes. The fire has one more job. Past 12, I fetch your house clothes, the soft gray ones you live in. 5 weeks folded in the dark. They have forgotten what warm is. I hang them on the chair by the fire, turn to face the heat. Cloth takes patience like a lesson. He moves in slow and even. Your house clothes face the fire, warm through and waiting like me. You will come home to something ready. The cold stops at the door. 10 once, warm twice. The sleeves are learning fire. I flip them at the half hour. Even heat on either side. The room smells faintly of warm cotton. Laundry dried under a midnight sun. If you are late, they will be perfect. If you are early, even better. The clothes are finished waiting. They lounge there without you. There is a science to the timing, and I have failed it twice tonight. Too warm is just as honest. It measures how long you were missed. Your house clothes face the fire, warm through and waiting like me. You will come home to something ready. The cold stops at the door. Headlights swing across the ceiling. The gray sleeves hold their heat.
Every pair of shoes in the hallway, auditions for you apart. You have a way of walking, a little lighter on the left. My ears learned it years ago. They never took it off the list. 5 weeks of other footsteps, and the list stayed open anyway. The elevator hums its gases, the hallway passes them on. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The 4th time I rise more slowly. But standing is the whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Not you, not you. And in some minutes soon you, the neighbor with the heavy heels, the kid who takes the stairs in twos, each one lifting me an inch before the rhythm gave them away. I sit back down with my dignity. The fire pretends it did not see. And it can be devoted and still be wrong 3 times. If I stop rising for the false ones, I would call that giving up. Hope with a hair trigger is still the kind I keep. 3 times I rose for the wrong footsteps. The 4th time I rise whole vocabulary of a night that waits for you. Somewhere down the block, a walk I know, a little lighter on the left. The building hums with almost.
The last minute stretches long.
The elevator lands on my floor. The doors sigh themselves open.
Footsteps take the hallway slowly.
The fire drops to its lowest glow.
Wall wears its deepest violet.
Everything rehearsed is being still.
Weeks shrink into one corridor. The corridor into steps. The violet runs deepest just before the key. The last minute of missing you. I have hated this color for weeks,
and I will miss it
in 10 seconds. Metal finds the lock. The night holds its last note.
Keys tell their little stories. Yours jingles twice, then settles.
The teeth feel for the tumblers.
My chair lets go of me. 5 weeks stand up
All at once, the handle starts to turn.
Some doors take a lifetime.
This one takes a breath.
Waiting has a final second.
So does missing.
So does blue.
I spend it standing in the hallway light.
Wealthy with almost.
The violet runs deepest just before the key. The last minute of missing you. I have hated this color for weeks,
And I will miss it
in 10 seconds.
The lock is a small agreement.
The door swings warm and wide.
Been missing, runs out of minutes. Color by name. Morning slides in through the window. It starts to sort the light. The blue goes back to the sky. The red sinks into the coals. The violet thins on a plaster. Polite about it sleeping. You sleep through the dismantling. Your suitcase by the door. Morning gives a red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us. shade. We keep the mixing rise. Last night the wall wore our color. Tonight it will wear it again. No argument left about naming. Call it purple, call it yours. Any word works in the morning. For a thing that came back home. The kettle rests, the grate is warm, the hallway holds no almost. Colors are loyal to their sources. They go home at first light. What stays is how to make them one window and one fire. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. Color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us. Silent night mode. The wall goes plainly night. We know the recipe.
The room has been blue for weeks now. Tonight I light the other half. Blue on the walls, blue on the ceiling. The window pulls the night straight in. A room with no fire is one color. Evening with the volume low. I kneel and coax the first flame upward. The first fire since you left. Orange climbs into the blue, and the mixing starts mid-air. The wall was blue for weeks. One fire and it remembers violet. Some colors take two kinds of light. Ours never worked with one. Blue and ember, blue and ember. The wall is warming up to it. You always called this violet. I argued for purple for a year. You said purple is a crayon word. Violet is what evenings do. Tonight I say it your way. The wall agrees with you. Whatever name it answers to, it only shows up for 2 weeks of blue were honest. The night kept me company, but a room can't wait inside one color. Tonight it speaks into. The wall was blue for weeks. One fire and it remembers violet.
by name. Morning slides in through the window and starts to sort the light. The blue goes back to the sky, the red sinks into the coals, the violet thins on the plaster, polite about us leaving. You sleep through the dismantling, your suitcase by the door. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight, the recipe stays with us. Two lights, one shade, we keep the mixing right. Last night the wall wore a color, tonight it will wear it again. No argument left about naming, call it purple, call it yours. Any word works in the morning for a thing that came back home. The kettle rests, the grate is warm, the hallway holds no almost. Colors are loyal to their sources, they go home at first light. What stays is how to make them one window and one fire. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight, the recipe stays with us. Goodnight, we know the recipe.
One takes the room apart gently, color by name.
Morning slides in through the window and starts to sort the light. The blue goes back to the sky, the red sinks into the coals, the violet thins on the plaster, polite about us leaving. You sleep through the dismantling, your suitcase by the door. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight, the recipe stays with us. Two lights, one shade, we keep the mixing right. Yeah.
Last night the wall wore our color, tonight it will wear it again. No argument left about naming, call it purple, call it yours. Any word works in the morning for a thing that came back home. The kettle rests, the grate is warm, the hallway holds no almost. Colors are loyal to their sources, they go home at first light. What stays is how to make them one window and one fire. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. Color comes apart by daylight, the recipe stays with us. recipe.
Morning takes the room apart gently.
Color by name.
Morning slides in through the window.
It starts to sort the light.
The blue goes back to the sky.
The red sinks into the coast.
The violet thins on the plaster.
Polite about his leaving.
You sleep through the dismantling.
Your suitcase by the door. Morning gives the red to the fire
And gives the blue to the sky.
The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us.
Two lights,
one shade.
ooh, we keep the mixing right.
Last night the wall wore our color. Tonight it will wear it again.
No argument.
Left about naming. Call it purple, call it yours. Any word works in the morning.
For a thing that came back home.
The kettle rests, the grate is warm. The hallway holds no almost.
Colors are loyal to their sources.
They go home at first light.
What stays is how to make them.
One window and one fire. Morning gives the red to the fire
And gives the blue to the sky.
The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us. Violet night moon, the wall goes plain.
Good night.
We know the recipe.
Morning takes the room apart gently.
Color by name.
Morning slides in through the window.
And starts to sort the light.
The blue goes back to the sky.
The red sinks into the coals. The violet thins on the plaster.
Polite about his leaving.
You sleep through the dismantling. Your suitcase by the door. Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe stays with us.
Two lights,
One shade. We keep the mixing right.
last night the wall wore our color. Tonight it will wear it again.
No.
Oh, argument left about naming.
Call it purple, call it yours.
Any word works in the morning.
For a thing that came back home.
The kettle rests, the grate is warm. The
Hallway holds no almost. Colors are loyal to their sources. They go home at first light. What stays is how to make them.
one
Window and one fire. And gives the red to the fire. And gives the blue to the sky. The color comes apart by daylight. The recipe recipe stays with us. Violet night mood, the wall goes plain. Good night, we know the recipe.
Morning takes the room apart gently, color by name. Morning slides in through the window and starts to sort the light.
The blue goes back to the sky.
The red sinks into the coast. The violet thins on the plaster.
Polite about his leaving.
You sleep through the dismantling.
Your suitcase by the door.
Morning gives a red to the fire
And gives the blue to the sky.
The color comes apart by daylight.
The recipe stays with us.
Two lights, one shade, we keep the mixing rise. Last night, the wall wore our color. Tonight, it will wear it again.
No argument left about naming. Call it purple, call it yours.
Any word works in the morning.
For a thing that came back home.
The kettle rests, the grate is warm.
The hallway holds no almost.
Colors are loyal to their sources.
They go home at first light.
What stays is how to make them.
One window and one fire.
Gives a red to the fire
And gives the blue to the sky.
The color comes apart by daylight.
The recipe stays with us. Violet night mood. The world goes plain. Good night, we know the recipe.
Morning takes the room apart gently.
Color by name.
Morning slides in through the window. It starts to sort the light.
The blue goes back to the sky.
The red sinks into the cold.
The violet thins on the plaster.
Polite about his leaving.
You sleep through the dismantling. Your suitcase by the door.
Morning gives the red to the fire and gives the blue to the sky.
The color comes apart by daylight.
The recipe stays with us.
Two lights, one shade.
We keep the mixing rice. Last night the wall wore our color. Tonight it will wear it again. No argument left about naming.
Call it purple, call it yours.
Any word works in the morning. For a thing that came back home.
The kettle rests, the grate is warm. The hallway holds no almost.
Colors are loyal to their sources.
They go home at first light.
What?
Stays is how to make them
One
window and one fire.
morning gives the
Red to the fire.
and gives the blue to the sky.
Color comes apart by daylight.
The recipe stays with us